Hey, honey.
Yeah, what's up?
Tyranids index in 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it's your boy Fen, the board barista, here with a Geeky Grind talking about the Tyranids. So, yeah, I'm burying the lead. The thing I really wanted to look at the most out of this entire army is Biovore. I actually kit bashed a trio of these out of some Hive Guard, and now I'm kind of wishing that I would have actually bought a few more Hive Guard, because I could really use some Hive Guard for my big leader units, because basically the only things that the Swarm Lord and the Hive Tyrant can join is the Hive Guard. And I got a few other leader units. I know I talked a lot about in the Space Marine index about the whole fact that I've got to pick up. I got like the inverse problem with my Space Marine, my Tyranids that I do with my Space Marines. It's like I've got a lot of leader units, but not a lot of the units that go with. And the Space Marines, I got a lot of units that go with, but not a lot of the leaders. So it's like it's balanced. So definitely going to be diversifying my Tyranid horde. But I'm happy that this is back. The Biovores are back. They did get a nerf. Because the Spore Mine launcher has gotten changed around. It's blast, indirect, blast, devastating wounds, heavy and indirect fire. So because it's so it doesn't have the ignores cover keyword. So if you're shooting at something you can't see, they are going to get a bonus to their save, but that might not even happen because it's devastating wounds. So if you're actually able to get a good a critical, then you don't have to worry about that. It's heavy, so you're going to be hitting on 3s instead of 4s. When you do that, it's actually D2 damage instead of just D1, so that's a little bit of a glow up. It does have AP -1, so that does balance out the cover a bit. Yeah, so, and it's blast, so you get some extra shots if there's a big unit there. Again, blast, you need to have 7 or more nowadays in order to actually get that blast keyword to trigger. So that's good. Yeah, I like this. I like the new, and it's 48-inch range, so you got 4 feet of shooting. So you're probably going to be able to, you get these set up in the middle of your deployment zone. You're probably going to have arc for the whole table. They changed it's got deadly demise 1, so anything within 6 inches is going to take 1 mortal wound when it dies. The seed spore mine launchers, that's where a bit of a nerf has come in. I just want to read that real quick to you. In your shooting phase, each time this unit is selected to shoot, it can use this ability instead of making any ranged attacks with a ranged weapon. If it does, you can add a new spore mine unit to your army and set up anywhere on the battlefield that is within 48 inches of this unit and more than 9 inches away from all enemy units. That spore mine unit consists of 1 model for each model in this unit. No longer can you get 9 spore mines dropped in over your opponent's field. You're just going to get 1 spore mine for these, and these can be taken at max numbers of 3. So I don't have to buy more spore mines. I've got 9. I wanted to get more because I knew that I could probably, if I rolled hot in 9th edition or 8th edition, I could have set up full 9 of these suckers on the table, but I'm only going to be setting up 3, which is good. You still get to get some spore mines out there. I'm pretty sure that because they've reduced that number, I'm hoping that they took away the whole thing, that I don't have to pay reserve points on that, because you're adding it to your army. So I'm happy. The spore mine, the biovores are good, so we can go look at the other stuff. Let's scroll back up to the top. And synapse. These are the army rules. I know a lot of people have covered the army rules, but these indexes are dense, and I just want to hit on key stuff that I want to talk about. Your faction is Tyranids. While a Tyranids unit is within 6 inches or more of synapse models from your army, that unit is said to be within synapse range. Each time a Tyranids unit from your army makes a battle shock test, if it's within synapse range, roll 3d6 instead of 2d6, so you're much more likely to pass your battle shock test. Changes from 9th edition, they were just straight up immune if they were in synapse range. Shadow in the Warp. Once per battle, you can basically force a battle shock test on all of your opponent's models. I don't know if it's good in the early game or if it's good in the late game or good when you're contesting a lot of objectives, but it's something I need to play with and find out how good it is. The hyper adaptations at the start of the first battle round. So you get to do this instead of basically getting like anything that's like Codex is going to get like the Codex Warfare is going to get like the whole like choose one of these options for each year for up to have it for 1 out of your 5 turns. Other stuff is just like, hey, pick something at the start of the battle that's going to help you out. So like the Black Templars had their 4 things you can pick from. The Tyranids have their 3 things you can pick from and have it active for the entire thing. You don't have to pick this before when you build your army. You just pick it at the beginning of the battle so you can change it up in a tournament between rounds, picking what you need's best. So swarming tactics, Tyranid models with this hyper aggression make an attack that targets enemy infantry or swarm unit. That attack has sustained hits 1. So basically, if you're fighting a lot of troops, then you basically get more shots. Hyper aggression targets a monster vehicle. You get lethal hits. So if you're going up against knights, you can take hyper aggression and be able to mitigate the whole fact that you've got a lot of squishy strength and toughness 3 bugs on the board. They're just hitting really hard. Hive predators. Again, you're fighting somebody that's got a lot of characters. Then basically you get to have precision when you score critical hits. So yeah, so fighting against the mirror match or foot slogging troops, I'm going to take swarming instincts. Against monsters and vehicles, so knights or chaos knights, I'm going to take hyper aggression. And against heavy character armies, Sisters of Battle, calling you out right there, Sisters of Battle, Gene Stealers, I'm going to take Hive Predators. So it's very much a whole thing of like take these versus what you know you're going to be fighting against, and have some fun. Stratagems. Rapid regeneration. I called this one out with the Watchmaster. This is definitely going to be the stratagem if I'm playing Death Watch versus Tyranids. As soon as my opponent pops this stratagem, I'm going to be like, nope, the rest of the game, that one's going to cost you 1 more. Anytime that I get to be able to tax this one with a character with ability, tax this one. Because this is after your opponent's shoot or fight phase. Oh wait, no, this isn't the one I wanted to tax. Because this is... Take it back. This is not the one I want to tax. This one's basically just gives you a 5-up feel no pain or a 6-up feel no pain if you are in synapse range when you're being shot or attacked. Death Frenzy. This one basically is a 4+ fight on death. Adrenal Surge. Up to 2 Tyranid units. Until the end of the fight phase, each time a model attacks with one of those units, unmodified 5+ critical hits. That one costs 2 CP. Overrun, it's just basically you get to get some better movement until the end of the fight phase. Just after a Tyranid's model from your army consolidates, basically you get a 6-inch consolidate. Engagement range. If your model is within synapse range, instead of making a consolidation move, you can make a normal move. So you don't have to move towards the enemy. You can move wherever you feel like. Definitely fix that. Synaptic Insight. Your command phase. Up to 2 Tyranid units from your army that are within synapse range, or 1 other Tyranid unit from your army. So yeah, this lets you swap out your hyper adaptation. A lot of the armies get these type of abilities. We've seen all across the Space Marines, being able to swap out and pick up which one you actually like. There's going to be one of the hyper adaptations across the board. It's going to be good, but there's going to be some times where you're just like, I just need this one for just 1 attack, or 2 attacks. Endless Swarm. This is the one you tax. Tax the ever living hell out of this one. You get to choose 2 Endless Multitude units from your army that are within synapse range, or 1 Endless Multitude if it's not in synapse range, and you get D3+3 destroyed models back to the unit. You want to tax the hell out of that one, because as long as they're within synapse range, they're going to bring back 4 to 6 gaunts, 4 to 6 rippers. They're going to just, things are going to, 4 to 6 harpies, stuff is just going to keep coming back. So tax this one. Shoot down a unit and then tax the hell out of it. The enhancements, again, this is what they're doing for warlord traits and relics. Just calling it an enhancement. You get to pick one of these. So you got Alien Cunning. After both players have deployed their armies, select up to 3 Tyranid units from your army and redeploy them. When doing so, you can set them up in strategic reserves if you wish, regardless of how many units are already in strategic reserves. Synaptic Linchpin, this gives you a 9-inch, 9-inch synapse range instead of 6, much better. Adaptive Biology gives a 5-up feel no pain. At the start of your turn, the bearer has fewer than the start number of wounds remaining. It has a 4-up feel no pain. So yeah. That makes your it makes your stuff even tougher. 4-up feel no pain is awesome. It basically means like half of all damage that's getting through is not getting through. And perfectly adapted is once per turn you can reroll 1 hit roll, a wound roll, a damage roll, or an advanced roll, or a charge roll, or a saving throw made for the bearer. So you just basically get 1 free reroll per turn. I think I like having my stuff be in synapse range, so I think I'm probably leaning towards Synaptic Linchpin a lot. If I do have 1 Swarmlord, I might give the 5-up feel no pain to, because I know he's going to be shot at a bunch, but probably going to lead more towards Linchpin on my Warlord. Alright, and yeah, the data sheets, I can actually close that fine window. Click on there, get rid of that. We don't need to be looking at that all day. Yeah, they've changed a lot. This is the first psychic army that I'm going to be diving into. It used to be that you could basically pick and choose what psychic abilities you really wanted to have on all your different units, but this time around you're going to be looking for a combination of what's the war gear and the psychic ability I want to have, and that's going to be what you're looking for choosing your models. Again, the Winged Hive Tyrant does not have the leader ability. It is off on his own, doing his own thing. He can't join anything. The regular Hive Tyrant, he does get the leader with Tyrant Guard. Swarmlord gets it for Tyrant Guard. Broodlord gets the leader for the Gene Stealers. So I do have a Broodlord and Gene Stealers. that I can pair up. The Wing Prime, he gets to go with gargoyles and Tyranid warriors, either with melee or ranged weapons. I got some gargoyles that I can pair him up with, so that's probably what I'm going to pair him up with. Erbagon, another one that's all by himself. Well, One Eye, don't have any of him. I need to get some Tyranid warriors. Don't have any Tyranid warriors. A little gap in my army. Termagant's got plenty of them. Switch that happened for them is they've lost a lot of shots, but the Spine Fist actually got better because they're Assault Pistol and Twin Link, so you can get to reroll some wounds. Do like the whole fact that if somebody ends within 9 inches of them, you can basically get to make a normal move of D6 and be able to move them around. Love that whole thing with them. Hormigaunt, I have tons of these things. Able to advance and charge. Straight up, that's one of the few sources of advance and charge in the Codex. So having these guys be able to run up 10 inches and then charge in is definitely going to be fun. Gargoyles, flesh borers, yeah, they lost. I think flesh borers used to be 2 attacks. They're still good. I still want to play the flesh borers. Toxic Korean, don't have one of those. Don't need to talk about it. Tyrant Guard, don't have any of those. Don't need to talk about it. Neurotyrant, haven't gotten that. Don't need to talk about it. But I do love the whole thing of basically giving the -1 to all of the the Psychic Terror. If one or more Neurogons from your armies, unleash the Shadow in the Warp, subtract 1 from Battle Shock test for your opponent. Definitely, I think playing with Battle Shock and forcing Battle Shock things is going to be a theme in this edition. Like, morale is actually going to play a key factor in the game, and being able to have, like, if you're playing Nids, you have to have this army. But the good thing is it's coming in the launch box. I think it's going to be in the starter boxes too. So if it's not, then you definitely need to get one of these. But, you know, have Neurotyrant. It's going to be a staple for 10th edition Nid armies. Lictor, just got precision on all their stuff. Pheromone Trail, so you can target one model with this ability. It gets every turn you get to drop one of these from with Rapid Ingress for free. And each time it kills an enemy character model, you gain a CP. I've got a Lictor. I plan on putting that sucker back on the table. I've got a Death Leaper too. So again, it gets to yum a character and give you a CP. And leadership characters, of 1. In addition, Battle Shock step of your opponent's command phase. Such an enemy is below its starting strength, it must make. So if it if it gets near somebody who's lost a model, it's going to force that battle shock. So Death Leaper's definitely going to come in here. I don't know if those leadership characteristic debuffs stack yet or not. I got to check that out. But if it does, then having him being able to give -1 leadership with 6 inches of it, having the Neuro Tyrant also giving a army-wide -1, now you're at a -2. Yeah, I think Nids are definitely going to be playing the morale game. Maleceptor, I don't have any of those. I don't plan on getting one. Pyrovores, don't have those. Don't plan on getting them. Horsebacks, don't have that. Don't plan on getting it. Venom Throats, don't have those. Don't plan on getting them. But what is their special ability? Foul Spores. Benefit of cover. And Stealth. Might pick some of those up. I got one put together from a lot that I picked up where somebody built a Neurothrope, a Zerothrope, and a Venom Thrope. So, kind of should pick up. I'd pick up some more Zerothrope kits. Basically be like, when I get more of that kit that builds those 3, I'll probably build a squad. But Vine Ryan's Leapers, definitely plan on getting one of these. Pouncing Leap. You can target this unit with a heroic intervention stratagem for 0 beat and can do so even if you've already used that stratagem on a different unit this phase. So basically, they just get they're kind of like lictors that get to just jump into something. It's cool. I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna have a unit of them. Norgots. While this unit is within synapse range of your army, it has a synapse keyword. So basically, they get to be a buffer to spread out that synapse range. So basically, you can just project it out. Yeah, and you get to have 2 of the big guy if you've got double squads of these. That's okay. Zoanthropes do have these, so I do want to talk about them a bit. So when they're leading neurothropes, while an enemy unit is within 6 inches of the unit, each time that enemy fails a battle shock test, it suffers D3 mortal wounds, and 1 model from this unit gains up to D3 lost wounds. So basically, you get to deal some psychic brain damage and slurp it up to heal these guys. Warp field, psychic aura, while friendly Tyranid unit within 6 inches of the unit, the model has a 6+ invulnerable save. Yeah, so all of its abilities carried over, and the unit, it doesn't even have like the leader thing. It's just the unit is 1 neurothrope and 2 to 5 zoanthropes. So you have to have combine the unit of neurothropes and zoanthropes. That's cool. So that means I can get 2 more boxes of zoanthropes and build 2 of them as venomthropes, and then build the rest as zoanthropes, and I have all those units all put together. That is nice. Gene Stealers, Scout 8, so they get to pre-game move 8 inches, and then they get their normal move 8 inches, so that's 16 inches. And then if you charge with them, that could be anywhere from 18 inches to 28 inches. That's a heck of a threat range. Vanguard Predator, each time a model in this unit makes an attack, reroll wounds of 1. If the target is within range and an objective marker, you can full reroll the wounds. Nice. That's cool. And you can have 5 to 10 Gene Stealers. I think I got a bit more than that. But Raveners, do not own any Raveners, so I'm going to skip them over. Ripper Swarms, got a good bunch of these. Spine Fist and Zenith's Claws. So they're all good. Their Spine Maws are Pistol 1. Enemy unit is within engagement range. Have the objective control characteristic. Nice. As long as they get up in something. Parasite and Motrex, was totally excited to see this when it came out last year. Totally happy that it's here again. So the it itches is not when you infect them with the parasites. It's just if you're in engagement range, you have to take a battle shock test. So much battle shock. If you, and each time a model, not a unit, just a model, is destroyed by an attack made with the Barb Ovipositor, and the Barb Ovipositor is the extra attacks. So you only get 1, so you're gonna get 7 attacks, 6 with the clawed limbs, 1 with the Ovipositor. And if you're able to kill something with that, then you can get D3 Ripper Swarms set up within 3 inches. The unit can be set up within engagement range to be able to half the OC value. So yeah, you're basically like getting this guy in, having the getting some Ripper Swarms set up with him if you're lucky. Getting them battle shocked, having to take the battle shock test, having there be half their objective control. Yeah, this is really a nice unit. He's got leadership 8, C1, 4+ save, 5 strength, 5 wounds. Oh no, 5 toughness, 5 wounds. It's not bad. It's not a bad unit. Marklaw, don't have any of those. Trigon, I do have a Trigon. Subterranean tunnels. Each time this model is set up to the battlefield using Deep Strike ability, it can be set up anywhere on the battlefield that's more than 3 inches. When doing so, this model is set up within 9 inches until the end of the turn is not eligible to declare a charge. So you can just pop it up on the battlefield. It could be 3 inches away, but it won't be able to charge that turn. It can use its ranged weapon. Sustain hits 2. 6 attacks, 12-inch range. 1 damage, no AP. I'd rather get it into melee. Nuclear spores, don't have any of those. Spore mines do have those. Enemy units cannot start or end an advanced move within 6 inches of this model, so you can basically zone out advances with these things. Each time an enemy unit ends a move within 3 inches of this unit, and each time the model in this unit ends a move within 3 inches of an enemy unit, roll a d6 on a 2 to 5, 1 mortal wound, on a 6 d3 mortal wounds. The model that caused that roll is then destroyed. Again, you can't take these in units of 9 anymore. It's only 3 to 6. The model is equipped with nothing. War gears, none. I just like that. Every model is equipped with nothing. Their toughness 1. They got a 4-inch move. Save is a 7+. They've got 1 wound. Their leadership is 8+. Yeah, they're just meant to go and force your opponent to have to shoot them because they can't run past them. They can't run past them. Can't start or end a move with an advanced move within 6 inches. With the whole thing, you can set them up more than 9, which means they can advance towards. No, the spore mines are looking good. I like spore mines. They're no longer move block, but they are advanced blocks. And they're gonna start out, and it can't end in advance. So yeah, no, that's great. Exocrine, I don't own any exocrines, so I'm gonna skip those over. Biovores, we already talked about earlier. I'm in love with that model. Carnifexes, don't own any of those. Screamer Killer, I am going to get one of these because I am getting that Leviathan box set. Death Stream, in your shooting phase, after this model is shot, select 1 unit hit by 1 or more of these attacks. That unit must make a battle shock attack, subtracting 1 from the test. So basically another thing to force battle shock. Oh, I'm going to be forcing so much battle shock with my Nids army. It's going to be crazy. Hive Guard stands each time you target this unit with the Fire Overwatch stratagem or resolving that stratagem, hits are scored on a 5+ or an unmodified hit. Hits are scored on unmodified 5+ or on unmodified hit rolls of 4+ if they're within range of an objective marker. 4+ Overwatch. Might be buying some more Hive Guard. Might be buying some Hive Guard, not kit bashing into Biovores. I think they'll just be built as they're supposed to be. Because that's pretty good. The shock cannon's giving me some anti-vehicle, or I can go for the Impaler cannon for some heavy and indirect fire. Out of line of sight shooting. Always good. Always good. Tyranids, do not own any of these, so I'm going to skip over. Tyrannocyte, I know I need to get one of these because it's transport for infantry, but yeah. Hive Crone, have one of these. Let's look at it. Drool Cannon, Torrent, so I got spitting some venom all over the battlefield for 2d6 auto-hitting attacks, strength 6, AP -1, damage 1. That's not bad. Stinger Salvos, 8 attacks, 3 up ballistic skill, strength 5, AP nothing, damage 1, not that bad. Tentaclids, anti-vehicle 4+, devastating wounds. Yeah, that's not bad. This is aircraft, so I'm limited to the one that I have in my army. Small size stuff. I could get another one, but I don't think I'm going to. It's got spur. It's got anti-fly 2, extra attacks, strength 10, damage T6, AP -3. So you're only going to get one extra attack with that. The scything wings seem decent. Airborne predator. Each time this model makes a ranged attack that targets a unit that can fly, add 1 to the hit roll. So hitting on 2s for the most part. Hitting on 3s with the wings. If we're stuck in melee with another flyer, it could hover, so I could just have it in hover mode to start it on the board, but then it's only going to move 20 inches. Not bad. Harpy, don't own any of these. Definitely thinking I'm going to get one, so I have both the Hive Crone and the Harpy. You can switch between the two whenever I feel like it. Sporocyst, don't own that. Psychophage, going to get one of these in that Imperium box set. It's really good. It's really good at killing psychers. You know, it's like breath weapon thing here. D6, 6 strength, AP -1, damage 1. That's good. It's talons and maw. Basically, it gets to have anti-psyker devastating wounds. So it crits on 2s and turns those into mortals. It's got 2 to 7 attacks, hitting on 3s. Strength 6, so it's going to be able to wound terminators on a 3. AP -1, 2 damage. While a friendly Tyranid unit within 6 inch, it gives a 6-inch aura of 6+ feel no pain. That's good. Feeding Frenzy, each time melee attack that targets a unit that is below its starting strength, add 1 to the hit roll. If it's below half strength, add 1 to the wound roll. So it really likes to eat the wounded. So that's going to be cool. Barbed Gaunts, going to end up with some of these. Going to end up with probably a bunch of these, because I think these are going to be in the starters and the combat patrols. Disruptive bombardment in your shooting phase. After the unit is shot, if an enemy infantry unit was hit by 1 or more of those attacks made by this unit's biocannons until the end of the opponent's next turn, that enemy unit is disrupted. Subtract 2 from its move characteristics, subtract 2 from advanced and charge rolls. So basically they get to lay down some cover fire, and they've got the blast and heavy keyword on their stuff. So they got D6 attacks, hitting on probably 3s because they're probably going to stay stationary. Make use of that heavy attack. Strength 5, no AP, damage 1. How many of these can we get? 5 to 10. So somewhere between 5 to 30 on a minimum squad, and somewhere between 10 to 60 on a max squad. Sounds really good number of attacks. Being able to lay down those shots. 24-inch range, so you are going to have to move up in order to get them in, so you're probably not going to be getting benefit of the heavy keyword for the first turn, but you're definitely going to be able to keep some enemies at bay. And that is actually the end of the data slates. I know I went pretty long on this one, but yeah, no, I'm loving the Tyranids. I can't wait to get these on the table. I can't wait to get my Leviathan box set ones. I can't wait to start disrupting people with, like, take a battle shot, text. Take a battle shot. Take battle shot. Take battle shot. And just really crushing my opponent's morale. But that's all for this one. We got Chaos Space Marines and the Death Guard coming up. Those are the other two so far have been spoiled by Games Workshop as of recording. So I'm going to go through all of my armies. So we've got those. So far we've got Crimson Fist, Imperial Fist, Death Watch, Black Templars, Tyranids. We're going to have Death Guard, Chaos Space Marines. We'll have seven I think so. Yeah, we'll do the Chaos Space Marines next. So that way, Death Watch can be lucky number 7. So yeah, I'm gonna go record that. I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey everybody, thanks for staying till the end of the episode. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook at Board Barista Productions. And if you want to support us, Patreon link at the bottom.